You will never fulfill everyone's taste, and that's totally fine because you will be the one for someone. And the most important person you have to be the one for is yourself. So when you have a car that you absolutely love to drive, you are excited to drive this car each day, to leave your home just to drive this car each day. And that should be the same with your body. You should be so comfortable in your body that you're truly excited to live each day, to do something each day just because you love the vehicle that you're in. And our body is nothing else but a vehicle. But it's a sacred vehicle, it's a sacred temple. It's a place that you basically live in. And if you want to be able to express your ideas, to express your personality, to be yourself and to do something, you better have a healthy body. You better have a body that you feel comfortable in. And we normally underestimate the power of our own body because everything looks so simple, but it's doing so much for us. I mean, think about it. You can move without thinking about it. You just have the idea of going somewhere and your body moves there without you having to manage each and every muscle. Our bodies are so fascinating. They are a wonder of nature and they deserve to be blessed each and every day. I mean, just the fact alone that you simply have to eat and breathe to keep your body alive, and your body is taking care of all the rest. You don't have to think about to grow your hair or to beat your heart, to renew your skin. Your body is doing it all itself. So this alone should be something we should be grateful for each and every day. Our body is such a blessing. But back to the point with appearance, if there's really something that you absolutely don't like about yourself, then try to at least make it the best possible so that you feel comfortable about it. So when I was younger, for example, I hated my hair. I couldn't stand it, I couldn't handle it, I just wanted to get rid of it. But I knew that I will never have straight hair, and yes, I can use chemicals, but it will not solve the deeper rooted problem. So what I did was I started to experiment with my hair, and finally I found the style, I found the hair care that fitted me and made me feel very comfortable with my hair. And yes, they became healthier, they became more the way I always wanted them to be, but most importantly, it made me appreciate them much more, because when you invest time in something, you appreciate it more. It's as simple as this. And this way I achieved two things. I first of all got more comfortable in my own skin, and second, I indeed improved my appearance. It's not necessarily that it's something that is really making you look better, but it's when you feel more comfortable, you just radiate this. And that should be the goal. The goal should be to find a style that fits you, that makes you feel comfortable, so that you can feel better in your own skin. This and this alone should be the goal, to feel better in your own skin. And when you reach this type of confidence, when you just don't care what anyone thinks, when you just feel comfortable in your own skin, this is the type of confidence that makes you the strongest person in the room. Because our environment is always the mirror of ourself. When you speak loving, respectful words to yourself, people will treat you with respect too. But if you are not kind to yourself, if you belittle yourself, guess what? People will do the same. Because they can't differently. It's you that is attracting these triggers. And I know this sounds harsh at first, but it's actually great news because it's in your hands. It's in your hands to change your perception about yourself and therefore the perception others have of you. But it all starts within. And you may ask yourself now, well, then how do I start? So I found two practices very helpful in this process. First of all, affirmations. And second of all, writing your limiting beliefs down. So the first point, affirmations, is basically listening to affirmations. So I always do this overnight, I'll listen to it when I sleep. But if you can't fall asleep when someone is talking, you can also listen to it when you're in the train or in the car, or when you cook or do the household stuff, or when you go shopping or for a walk. You can listen to it basically everywhere. So when I'm in the car, for example, I just let my phone on the other seat, play the affirmations and listen to the radio on the same time. This way I'm in a good mood because I listen to some music, but I have the affirmations as well, and I think that's a great way in general to absorb the affirmations, because when you're in a great state you absorb them more easily. And also when you're asleep, because then the conscious can't say anything about it. So yeah, there exists endless options how to listen to affirmations, but the main thing you have to keep in mind is that it's basically reprogramming your subconscious. Because your subconscious is like a computer. You have to program a computer in order for it to be able to do great things. If you don't program a computer, it's just a piece of metal, but if you program it, you can do fantastic things with it. And that's the same with your subconscious. If you don't program it, it will just do its thing, and that is replaying whatever it learned in the past. So the same that it did in childhood, that it did in teenage years, in adult life, whatever experience we collected, it will replay it over and over again. It will act from it. But if you want to have a different life, if you want to change your life, you have to change your program, you have to change your hard disk. And this you can do gradually with affirmations. Another thing that I love to do is writing about it. So questions are a great way to uncover limiting beliefs. So when you ask yourself questions and you answer them, you get to know a lot about yourself, and you get to know a lot about your subconscious. Because normally the answers are just coming up from your subconscious. So when you want to know what's within you, start to ask questions. And I mean, technically, you could do it all in your mind, but I just think that it's way easier when you write it down, because then you have a clear question and you have a clear answer that is coming up. And if you just do it in your mind, there are just too many thoughts going around. So it's more difficult to identify what exactly the limiting belief is. So I won't go into detail about how you can do it with the questions. You can basically just ask ChatGPT to ask you some questions to uncover limiting beliefs, and you will have a list of it. But yeah, one point that is really important is I would do it for different areas in your life. I wouldn't do it all at the same, but focusing on one, improving this one, and then moving on to the next. So if you're, for example, not happy with your career or with your situation at home, focus on one thing. Ask yourself, what is the reason, for example, that I can't have a more beautiful apartment? Or what is the reason that I always attract difficult bosses, or whatever? And then answer these questions for yourself. And when you have the answer, write down, how would you like it to be? How would it be ideal for you? How do you wish your situation to be? How do you wish your life to be? Write all these things down. And this alone is so powerful, writing down whatever you want in your life. Because then you start to envision it, you start to feel it, and the more you can go into this feeling, the faster you can manifest it, the faster you can create it. But yeah, anyway, I hope this video helped you. I know there were some topics. Let me know what you think about in the comments, and I will see you next time.